Alright, so, deck tech for next, for the next step, the next changes that I've made to the Merfolk archetype, and, pretty simple stuff. Again, not sure if this was mentioned in the previous video, but we are playing Riptide Laboratory. Sometimes, this will sometimes color screw you, but it's a one of. It's very likely you're only going to see it if the game goes longer, and that's not always true, because obviously sometimes you'll see your fourth, third, second, first, whatever, Mutavault, early in the game, and this, in a way, you could think of like a fifth Mutavault, but, it's a much more late game kind of grindy Mutavault type effect. But, yeah, but at the end of the day, it is a excellent grinding card that is colorless, and, that is painless, and comes into play untapped. At the, expense of giving you only brown mana, but, I think as a one-of, I think it's worth it. I am going to play a Waterlogged Grove, just, hedge a little tiny bit against flooding. As long as I only have one of these, I'll never draw two, so these will never go too out of control with dealing me damage, hopefully. So, yeah, and, at the end of the day, I'm actually, so here's actually the biggest thing here. No main deck counter magic. Yes, you saw that right. No main deck counter magic. The thing is like, Merfolk for the longest time has played basically 0 counter spells in the main deck, and it's fully functional. And there's something to like about it too. Force of Negation definitely is nice in that you can hold it up at all times, even without, even without holding mana up, you can always have it up on their turn. The problem with Force of Negation though is, like, in theory, you can kind of like always have a counterspell available, but two problems. First of all, it only hits non-creature spells, and against a lot of decks, like control decks, that's going to basically be the same thing as a counter anything spell. But there's a lot of like very creature-focused decks, including like Amulet Titan, which this can only hit the Summoner's Pact. It can't hit the Titan itself. And then there's also decks like Humans and the new Domain Zoo that, honestly, the creatures are the main thing you want to hit anyway. And then on top of that, also, like, even though you can spend 0 mana to cast it, you still actually have to think carefully about which blue card you want to pitch. So you still have to kind of plan around it and hold stuff up. And you don't even know if you necessarily have to hold something up in games 1 and 2. So, in game 1, but in games 2 and 3, you'll have a much better idea. So, like, I'm going back to roots as far as the original, Merfolk decks from Modern. For a very, very long time, they basically played no counterspells. Because I remember, like, I used to do this too. I messed around with Mana Leak for a bit. I messed around with, like, Unified Will. Actually, funny story. One of the reasons why I found out, about Deprive, was that I was looking for a main deckable counterspell, and I did find that Deprive was the most main deckable of the counterspell options, because, like, Mana Leak was really good, but I always liked it as more of a sideboard type card, because some decks, like Elves, for example, just produced a gazillion mana, and it just became dead really quickly. Unified Will, too, like, because they're, like, those cards hit most things most of the time, but, like, there are some matchups where you just don't want to bring them in, and I just found, like, Deprive really hit almost everything, and that the drawback wasn't too bad. But then I started realizing that, like, it was still kind of clunky to play a counterspell in the main, so then I just moved Deprive to the sideboard, and, basically the rest was history. Of course, now we've got counterspell, so we don't really need Deprive anymore. I kind of miss my baby Deprive, because, like, I guess in a way I kind of discovered it. I saw other people playing with it, but definitely it didn't, like, catch on big time. But, not having to return a land to our hand definitely is an improvement. Sometimes, though, returning Glasspool Mimic to our hand was pretty big game, but, we can't always... We're not going to play Deprive just for that reason. Yeah, what else to say? I really like Repeal. I tried Brazen Borrower for a bit, but I'm just telling you, I just can't... It's just sometimes, people are still playing Icefang Quaddle. Some people are still playing, like, 1/1 flyers. If the body is no good, then Brazen Borrower is just very, very mediocre. Plus, on top of that, you have to pay 3 mana to get the body, and you can't cheat it and play with Aether Vial. I like Repeal because it draws you a random card off the top, and a good chunk of the time that's going to be a creature that you can cheat in with Aether Vial, really making it overall actually kind of a lot cheaper, ironically. And a lot of times you are bouncing like a 1 or 2 mana cost card with Brazen Borrower anyway. So I know it sounds weird, but like, you know, I think we'll see in our games. Repeal is a pretty solid card. I've always liked it. Plus, also it can reset our Spreading Seas. It can return our, you know, it can reset our Tide Shapers. It can draw us extra cards with Silvergill or with the Spreading Seas. It can, I mean, yeah, just reset stuff. It saves stuff from removal, saves our Svelins, deals with tokens. I mean, it's just a Swiss Army knife. So we just, oh yeah, and it can just bounce random stuff just to draw cards so you can hit your land drops. That comes up a lot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Just, I've liked it. It's a Swiss Army knife. I mean, this was also one of those like bounce spells that I kicked around for a while because I wanted a main deck a bounce spell. Like Echoing Truth was great, but I did play it main decks, you know, a good chunk of times. But Echoing Truth always felt more like a sideboard card. So like basically, Repeal was kind of like the last step in a way of like, although I did cycle back and forth with Repeal and Echoing Truth a bit, but Repeal was kind of like the culmination of me trying to find the most main deckable bounce spell, and I actually do think Repeal is basically the most main deckable, you know, bounce spell. I do find though that Repeal complements Dismember pretty well, you know, because like the problem with playing like, yeah, I don't know what to say, but like I do think that like, I mean, Vapor Snag and Dismember together, like that can also be a lot of life loss if you're using Vapor Snag to protect your own creatures. Yeah, I don't know. I just like the way Repeal is like basically never puts you at card disadvantage, and it actually can give you card advantage. Yeah, so I mean, you know, the rest is pretty standard stuff. You know, Glasspool Mimic, just since we're allowed to play 3 cost permanents, I think this is a very strong, land option because, you know, copying Silvergill Adept is big game. Sometimes we can also you know, put it on 3 to copy Svelun in response to a removal spell, and you know, obviously it's legendary, but we can then just keep the copy and sacrifice the other one. Yeah, and then of course the sideboard is all our counter magic in the matchups where each one respectively is good, or we can bring all 8 all 8 in against like control and so forth, and you know, relic, graveyard decks. I mean, still as great as ever. Chalice of the Void, man. I wish I could sneak a 4th copy in here somehow, but for now, you know, 3 copies, definitely an incredibly powerful card, especially right now. Very happy to be packing these in the sideboard against, you know, all those Cascade 0 mana nonsense. You know, Asmo, the Asmofood decks. You know, Asmo itself is 0 mana. Mistress Factory is 0 mana. You know, also like Chalice on 1 against like Prowess and stuff. I mean, this has been a really mainstay card for a long time for me, and I see no reason why right now, when I think it's at its top, why I would deviate from it. So, all right, let's get to the games, and if you like this content, like and subscribe. And thank you all to, you know, thanks especially to my patrons, and I'm going to give them a shout out probably in a video that I'm going to attach to the end of this. You know, I'm going to make sure my list is up to date, and definitely appreciate all of you. Appreciate all of you if you're just watching, subscribing, liking. I mean, that alone is setting the groundwork for you know, for this channel to be something even better. So anyway, let's get to the games and see how they go. All right, match 1 with the newest Folk build, the Folk. Alrighty. All right, and I will keep. And this is a good example of where Riptide Laboratory can actually be very good. If I already have 2 blue, it's really golden. Now sometimes it will color screw us, but I like the way as a 1-of, it's probably at its maximum chance that if we see it, it's not going to screw us over too badly. This is not really the matchup where it shines though, but I mean, at least they're kind of low on cards, but this Goblin guy will deal 4 damage and probably trade with a creature. Pretty good value. I have a feeling our opponent, who's a fan of ours and we played before, so shout out to Javi Darte. Yeah, I'm just holding up Trickster because I got a feeling that there's a Searing Blaze in my future. Alright. I'm tapped out no Swiss beer. I can't block the Swiss beers profitably. Of course, I do still believe that a Searing Blaze is in my future, but at least, or maybe not. Okay, or maybe still, yeah. Okay, it's not a Searing Blaze. Much better. Alrighty. Hey, and maybe Civilian makes a good blocker here. It ain't over till it's over, so let's see. Is this me? No, it's them. Alright, looks like it's not us. If you type something and it immediately appears, then it's not you, then at least your clock isn't running down. Okay. Alright, yeah. NP. Alright, let's just play Civilian. It's the best use of our mana, and it's also probably the best blocker. And I think we will block with it. I mean, even if they kill it, we got a backup one. And a 4 toughness Merfolk. Never thought I'd see the day. And that doesn't cost 4 more mana. Well, their Goblin Guides have been doing a good job not drawing us lands, at least for them. This is definitely not the matchup where Dismember is at its best. Let's try not to take any damage. That is fine. Alright, we will keep this on 2, I think. Yeah, we'll keep this on 2. For now, at least. This can be pretty good. Alright, we'll take it. The mythical hand that has lots of mana, even after a mull to like 5 or 4 or something. Alright, let's take out Dismember for sure. Really need Counterspell. And here's the thing, I don't think we really need the Lords. I'll take out this for force of negation. Spreading Seas is a little iffy, but I really think the Lords are a bit overrated. Spreading Seas also can help fix my mana, and it can mess up their mana. Yeah, it's also just 1 blue in a deck with only 15 blue sources. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a mull. Alright, hand is a lot more decent. Yeah, and see, this is why we took the Lords out. The Lords are really more like finishing cards. Alright, 1 sec. Yeah, this kind of goes to why I am taking out the taking out the Lords here, because yeah, they really are like finishing cards. You play them basically to finish the opponent off. They're not very good at all of stabilizing the fort. They're basically glorified grizzly bears in a deck with Searing Blaze and all these burn spells. The other Merfolk you have are definitely not glorified grizzly bears, though. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Mutavault, because at least I can attempt to block. If they Searing Blaze, obviously I'll force negation. I can't just keep taking 2 from the Eidolon attacking on top of its triggers. I can win through Eidolon if we're both taking damage off the triggers, although it's tricky because one of the tricks is you have to be a lot more aggro. But one thing we cannot deal with is both taking damage off the triggers and taking damage from Eidolon's attacks. Alright, so hopefully they don't have another Lightning Bolt. If they don't, I think we're in good shape. If they do, then I think we are in trouble. Ooh, Path. You know what? I think I'm going to accept this. I'm a little bit worried they're sandbagging Searing Blaze, that they let on that. And I think this is a watcher of my videos and knows that that's probably a good play pattern I would probably take. Maybe it was a mistake though to take that damage, but the thing is I would have taken 2 from force negating anyway. But I still think I'm in an okay position here. Okay, well here's I think where I force negation. Let's see, do I repeal? I think I do. Okay. Alrighty. It took a lot of damage from that. Okay. I gotta keep the Mutavault back to block. Ooh, Minamo. So Minamo itself can come back to block. Maybe I should have attacked with the Mutavault too. Nah, I think this is fine. Because if they brought us down to 3, then they soft lock us out of the game. Maybe we should have attacked though, because we would have had the untap ability available to us, and I don't know. But maybe we want to force them to block with this instead of the Mutavault. Do they see the Minamo? Yes, they do. Okay. Yeah, Minamo really pulling weight here. So I am regretting not attacking with the Mutavault though. Because if they didn't block, you know, they could have attacked, I could have untapped, they might have been able to double spell and kill us. But then again, they can double spell and kill us now anyway, because I can counter the first one, but I'll go down to 3, and the second one will kill me. If I take the first one, then I'm just idle unlocked. So yeah, I probably should have just attacked with the Mutavault. I mean, I don't know, it's almost the same thing. Whether I attack, they block, then, or, you know, this assumes they block. I'm sure they would have. They're a good player. And do I attack now? They clearly are going to block if I do. Yeah, they'll just attack. Yeah, good block. Boros Charm. Well, gotta take. And now I'm living on the edge. Living on the edge, so to speak. Now, here's the plan. I'm gonna hit this. This may prevent them from being able to cast a white spell, because they clearly have to pitch that. If they have 2 reds, you know, just 1 mana red spells, then I'm in trouble. Okay. Okay. Well, whew. I think that's by the skin of our teeth. Oh man, no counterspell, no bueno. Alrighty. Alright, match 2, and hey, hand looks keepable. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. Da-da-da, Steam, events. Ooh, Prowess. Prowess is a beast of a deck, but I think we have never been better prepared, more prepared to square up against our arch nemesis. Our arch nemesis. Alrighty. Alright, ooh. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. It's gonna hit us. I don't think Spreading Seas does enough here. I'm not sure how close that Dragon Race Channeler is to enabling Delirium. But there's a lot of value in just them not knowing that you got to repeal. This might discourage Channeler from attacking too, and every 1 point of life we save is 1 point of life earned. I know I'm letting them get a lot of triggers, and that might be a mistake, but okay. They put it on top. There's no Stormwing. Okay. No Stormwing. Let's see, to the bottom. Hopefully it's not a creature. Okay, it's not a creature. This is a decent... I don't think they can play this. Yeah, they can't play whatever they put into their hand. Into exile, I mean. Unless it's a... unless it's a, Mistress Bauble. They can't play this. Alrighty. Okay, they've got some kind of a... They've got some kind of a lightning bolt or something from a Mutavault. Alright, I'm definitely repealing that. Hopefully they don't spell pierce me, bro. Okay. Alrighty. I may just have to play. This is nasty. Can you imagine if this was just a land and not like effectively an additional creature? It's nasty. Man, this is nasty. Man, against other decks though, this might have been okay because this is a lot of value here. But this still is a lot of lands though. I mean, can't deny that. This is a lot of lands. Alrighty. Triple bolt. Oh, gotta try to block him, right? Gotta block them all, gotta block them all, yeah. Gotta block them all, gotta block them all, yeah. Alright, and they got another bolt. Yeah, I mean this, you know, I don't know if they're gonna instantly quit, so I can't, oh my god. Yeah, they instantly left the game, like, bam, and they instantly leave. So they can't see my, they're like, oh yeah, my deck is unbeatable, but like, I mean, just we kinda just had nothing there, so like, you know, I don't know. I mean, you know, they definitely get us sometimes when we're not just like wallowing in mana flood, but it's just, you know, they don't want to see, they don't want to see my mana flood. Anyway. Yeah. I think Tide Shaper is a good cut. I think we need Dismember. For the same reason as Burn, I don't think we actually need that many Lords. They're more of a finisher card. And I think we really don't need Spreading Seas. Yeah, it's really Svalin that's like the key here. It's like the key to the kingdom. Yeah. Hand is kind of weak sauce. Yeah, where is this hand going? I don't even know. Yeah, no, this hand is going somewhere with this Chalice of the Void. This hand is going somewhere. Somewhere for you and me. Alright. Yeah, we can take out one Mutavault. There's some consideration of playing Mutavault because then I can hold it up and dismember. I kind of want to hold up Dismember for Stormwing Entity. Yeah, I'm going to play Mutavault, and it seems counterintuitive, but I may want to hold Mutavault back to block, and then tap it to Dismember. It could be a little too clever. Alrighty. Yep. Also, playing my Mutavault might incentivize them to wait until my turn to abrade, saving me 1 life if they're on abrade. Now, see, that's another reason why we waited. All right, let's just get this to their hand now. Yeah, let's just play Svalin. I mean, let's just play Glasspool. Okay. Probably they're gonna exile a land, I would imagine. Put a braid to their hand. Colorful art. Fun, dare I say, expressive, colorful art. Anastasia Ovechkinov. Sounds Russian. Alrighty. Yeah, let's Valoon it up. I mean, sure, they might just Flame Slash it, but this is like the most likely to actually... Oh, they can't Flame Slash actually, unless they braid first. They could have Fury. That would make me furious, but I do want to just get to drawing cards as soon as possible, so I can hopefully draw some counter magic to protect the Chalice, so we're not just cold. Expressive iteration of dancing. I wonder, is he dancing backwards or forward? It kind of looks like he's like going. Alright, you shattered. Yes, shattered. Shattered my preconceived notions. Well, hopefully it's not a Flame Slash that's backing this up. Otherwise, it kind of did its job in a way. Whatever's going on here is kind of gross. Okay. I think I'll Dismember. Because this can definitely take my Svalin down to size. Alrighty. Nice. You know, I could play Master and attack. Actually, I will. That sounds delicious. When we can go on the offensive, it's a very glorious time. Alrighty. And I will hold up the Force Negation. Ward 1, which is pretty nice. Okay. Okay. Alright, so thankfully I've got the Force Negation when they try to finish it off. Yeah, we're definitely Force Negating that. Yep. You gotta love it. Now I could block, but I think they're actually taking potentially lethal. Let's see, 5. Not really lethal, but yeah, I mean, we're taking a lot of damage here, but I mean, they are taking a lot of damage too. And that's an excellent card to draw. Topping Minamo, I mean, topping Svalin is huge here. If they grow Dragon Rage, I can dismember too. But if it stays grounded... Oh, okay, they grew it. Going down to 6 is a little... Oof, alright. So you see, Chalice did its job. They had an answer, but it survived long enough for me to get Svalin online. Yeah, by no means do I think that that this matchup is favorable. But as you can see, it's just not an auto loss like sometimes in the past it kind of was. Yeah, and we'll continue jamming some variation of this. It's definitely Chalice and Svalin, though, that are obviously our marquee cards in the matchup. Man, this hand, it's not particularly going anywhere, but it's also not, like, terrible. Yeah, I can't keep it. Well, this hand is just objectively worse. Well, can't keep shipping these things back forever. Alright, Force Negation I think has to go because I just don't have the resources to really make it work. Trickster 2, unfortunately. So this is unfortunate. Wirebluff Canal, Soul Scar Mage. We play Aether Vial, and hopefully we rip a Chalice right off the top. That would be nice. Let's see. I thought we were going to see a return to light up the stage, possibly. Alright, interesting. I guess they don't want to get locked on their Chalice. Understandable. Yeah, and I think we have to try for the repeal. And I know, like, we expose ourselves to getting Spell Pierce Bro, but I do think this is marginally more powerful when they might not be expecting it, although I have to imagine they're expecting it. Alrighty. Maybe I bounce it in a turn even, depending on how much damage they're pushing into it. Because doing it in a turn gives me the possibility of locking it out with Chalice. If I draw it. Sometimes I feel like I need all 4 Chalices, but clearly Chalice is the most three ofable of all these cards in my sideboard. So we could save our own, but I think I'd rather repeal their card. Maybe I should have... No, I took out the Tide Shapers. Alright, let's return it. Hey, you know, speak of the devil, right? Alrighty. So see, since I bounced it, now it ain't coming back. And hopefully they don't have another Shattering Spree. Hopefully they're not, like, packing 4 of those. Okay, that's a good one, too. I can use Repeal to reset it, though, and maybe Trickster to slow it down a bit. Yeah, okay, thank goodness for Repeal to slow it down. That is a good card, though, under Chalice. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to try to get maximum power out of my bounce. And I might repeal it in a turn if they don't do anything. They definitely have to suspect something since we're not attacking. Okay, they might suspect something, but they still are. Yeah, we'll repeal. Alright. Oof. Man. I want to slow it down. Yeah, I kind of want to, and I kind of need to slow it down. But the problem is then it'll just be back for more next time. You know what, I'm just going to play... Yeah, I gotta play Silvergill Adept here. I mean, I could just die, but... Right, let's see. Hopefully I slowed them down a bit by hitting it end of turn. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Alrighty. Let's try to attack. I could have just played the Master and gone at their mercy. That was a possibility. Because they could easily play like 5 spells. I can't though, I just can't... Am I attacking for lethal? I'm attacking for lethal at least. Alright. Oh no, not quite, because I didn't draw land. So I can attack for 9, bring down to 2. They're limited by mana though. They're not, so like, yeah, if they draw 1 more mana. So we clearly have to animate. The question is whether or not we also play the Master. And I think the answer is no, because what we are afraid of, I think, is a Manamorphose. Mana might be their limiting factor. Lava Dart would also possibly do it. That might give them the mana they need. They can play all 4 spells. Okay, that's a good sign. Double Lava Dart does it. But what's it called? Manamorphose does not. Okay, well that alone is... Wait a minute, how did it get to 4? Wait, it's not yet. Okay, it's not quite lethal. And this got mutagenic growth. Okay, do we do it? Oh right, hey, we beat Izzet Prowess. Oof. Oof. Alrighty. Mega oof. Alright, match 3. This hand is on the borderline. I am gonna risk it. I probably should know better. It's got one of the key cards that I need in order to really win a matchup. Okay, looks like it's a Taxes deck. I love this art, by the way. Too bad about Noah Bradley. You know, whatever. But boy, this was some good art. Yeah, the upside of being able to actually cast Merfolk is, you know, I think too big to pass up versus just attacking with a lonely old Mutavault. Alright, Repeal could be pretty sweet if I draw it also. Hey, Askin Shell. Receive, am I right? Alrighty. Yeah, I guess I'll just bounce this wall so they can't get any more. Alright. So that was a little mini juke. I'll take any juke I can get. Ooh, and now I have Aether Vial. Now I have the power of Aether Vial. And I think I have to try to dismember that thing rather than attack. Alright, well, let's dismember this before they can protect. Yeah, let's dismember. That's a lot of dismembering. Alrighty, come on. Hiya. So the question is, do I just play this out? And I think the answer is yes. It's close, because I don't really have any non-creature double blue spells, but I think I want to play this Villain next turn. And another Repeal to juke them real good. Could be good. Okay, Archon, I'm not really that scared of that. I was more scared of a sort of Fire and Ice in a way. Can't play both of these. So I could... Nah, I gotta get this down. Even if it means I can't play the other Aether Vial. Of course, this does open us up to, Cat Jesus. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. I could have tried to trick it down, but I'm going to save Trickster for maybe like when they equip sort of Fire and Ice, if you know what I mean. In the meantime, I'm going to play the Lords. What is this now? Okay, that's, I don't know that I agree with that, but okay. Alright, I need to save for Trickster. This is going to be a very... Oh, we're still attacking. Hopefully they don't draw land. That would suck. Alright, let's try to trick it in response. Hope I didn't draw land. Okay. I can't afford to risk losing my Lord, so I just gotta attack with these. I have to try to overwhelm them. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. Yeah, they wisely realized that I'm winning this race. They probably can disrupt me in any number of meaningful ways. But I do have a chip and a chair and a prayer. I am technically attacking for lethal next turn, and I hope they can't deal with my Lords. Okay. Hopefully that means they can't deal with my Lords. 4, 4, 5. Hopefully I draw another land to be able to attack with the Mutavault. It's gonna ditch Silvergill, I think. I'd get Keldra if I were them. Alrighty. Ooh, that's a good one. It's a good one, but it's not going to lead me to. It's not going to lead me to victory. So let's see. I could attack with all of these. If I attack with all these creatures, what happens? 4, 4. 4, 4, 3. So they have to block one of these. But then maybe this and the losing get through. Now I see if I play a Lord and I attack, then it's kind of the same dynamic. They can block the Merfolk Trickster, but then they need to block 2 creatures, and that's kind of where we want to be. If I attack, yeah, then they also. Oh no, it won't actually. If I play this 4, 4, they'll just block the Trickster 4, 4, and that's 9. Yeah, but if I attack with these, they block Trickster, and then 11 gets through. Yeah, we're 1 mana short, but let's I mean, I'm just gonna attack. I know this token can be chump blocked, but I'm attacking with enough other stuff that I think I'm in decent shape. So they go down to 1. And unfortunately, they got lethal. Yeah, if I would have just drawn another land, then I think I would have won. And they instantly leave the game. They're like, ha ha ha, hoo, ha ha ha. Alright. Yeah, opponent instantly. Yeah, I mean, you know, I I like where this is going. Could play some spells, but honestly, I think we're basically main boarded. And I mean, we almost got them. So the problem is that, yeah, I don't know, I'll keep. Yes, Mulligan bodes well for me. Alrighty. Let's see. So I have some choices. Gotta make choices. Yeah, I see no reason to make my choice right now. I could repeal this, and there's a pretty good chance I will. Okay. Yeah, there's a pretty good chance I will. Now, the other possibility is I tap it down and then dismember the Stoneforge. Might be marginally better. And repeal is pretty sweet too, though. And we'll tap down the giver. Yep, dismember this. Attack for 2. Maybe we can see the power of Riptide Laboratory, maybe returning Trickster for endless tricks. Ay-ya-ya-ya-ya. Cut it out. Yeah, I've got to save something for the Caldera, but the problem is this thing. I gotta bounce it. That could work. I know from experience they don't always have Stoneforge Mystic, or at least I don't always have Stoneforge Mystic. Alright, well they can play the Caldera, but maybe we'll outrace them. I don't know. Hopefully they don't have Path. Alrighty. Alrighty. Maybe we can still trick it. Power of Cat Jesus. I can dismember this, because indestructibility isn't necessarily the same thing. Yeah, maybe I'll play Riptide Lab. Yeah, you know what, let's try to fight the good fight. I know it seems like this is impossible. Okay, that's fine. I may actually run them out of creatures. We shall see. Alright, you know, hopefully they don't reset that with Flicker Wisp. Alrighty. Now I can return this to my hand, or I could just play another one. Yeah, I'll play another one. Alrighty, they put that in play. Oh, they randomly had a Batter Skull in their hand. Alright, we'll repeal for the win. I mean, every little bit helps, right? And the problem is that they're playing dumb cards like Giver of Runes too, but, you know. Giver of Runes is better against Merfolk and basically just Merfolk, just FYI people. So if you really like beating up on Merfolk, which this card doesn't even always do that, then play Giver of Runes, but if you actually want to win, I recommend playing Thraben Inspector or Wall of Omens. Alright. Alright, match 3, or match 4, excuse me, match 4. Alright, we got the Svelund, and we've got the Aether Vial. Oh, yeah. And we got 8 Cs, but none of them in our hand. Okay, there's one. Right on cue. Kept you waiting, huh? Alright. I don't know if Snake ever actually said that. Kept you waiting, huh? I know that's in, I know that was in, oh, yeah. Oh, can't play my 1 mana. Seize effect. Tide Shaper enters, so it never enters the battlefield. Well, I can actually play Tide Shaper on 1. I just, dang it. And this also means that I should have played Mutavault to attack with, but, alright, it is what it is. Well, maybe not, actually. Maybe I hold up, it's maybe Eldrazi Temple into... Yeah, I don't know that I need to dismember that. Alright, so if you've got Thought-Knots here, do your worst. Stupid Eldrazi Tron. This deck is so stupid. So unfun to play against. Also has no focus on getting the Eldrazi pieces, but just randomly gets them anyway. Alrighty. I guess I'll keep this one too. Alrighty. So, I'm gonna attack. I mean, why not, right? That's a good one. Karn, the Great Creator. Oh, let's do this. It's a lot of Svelunds. I just played it like this because I wasn't sure if maybe they would kill Svelund, so I wanted to have mana untapped to play another one. Alright, serves them right, they're mana screwed. Well, serves them right for playing Urza Saga, which I wish you actually had another land. I guess Map kind of is another land, but... So I kind of want Force Negation, maybe instead of Tide Shaper. Man, Tide Shaper's good though, against everything but Chalice for 1. Chalice for 1 doesn't really do jack against me though. Man, Repeal is my only line of defense against Ensnaring Bridge, but I feel like if I'm trying to get to it, then it's probably already too late anyway. Let's see, Merfolk Trickster. And, you know, I like Merfolk Trickster, but maybe I actually don't need Merfolk Trickster. So I know this is heresy, but, I mean, I've got so many of these things that turns their stuff into islands. No, man, I gotta have Trickster. Just in order to hold something up with counter magic. The fact that it's an instant. Oh yeah, and slowing down their Eldrazi. Yeah, I can't believe we're doing this, but we took out some lords. But when they're packing Urza Saga and Tron lands, how can we not have the 8 Seas package? Yeah, see, and this is where siding in these Force Negations really helps. Well, well, well. Alright, I mean, it is what it is. They could just drop a Pithing Needle. Maybe I'll Force Negate that, but gotta start off strong with Aether Vial if I can. Okay. I just thought they were gonna play Chalice again. Chalice on 1 is not that threatening. If they don't play Tron land into like Karn or something. Well, I guess I could Force Negation the Karn. No Thought Knots here. Alright, well, I'll take it. If there's no Thought Knots here, I'll take it. Well, I'll play Sphelin. I do like drawing cards. Riptide Lab. I still got Force Negation up effectively. I can probably pitch the other Sphelin. Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming. I would have liked to counter it, but I think I'll be okay. I can actually keep returning my Silvergills, potentially. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm going to keep this on 2 indefinitely until further notice. So let's keep them off of Tron, shall we? Could hold up. I think holding up Counterspell is definitely the wiser choice here. And we'll offer the trade. You have to imagine Walking Bliss is worth more than just a dinky Silvergill. Yep. Alright, but I do have a lot of bases covered, so that is good. Alright, and we're definitely tapping down the Reality Smasher. Alrighty. What the frick is this? Oh yeah, I think we want to Force a Negation that, even though we you know, could play Counterspell just because, you know, what if the last card in the hand is a creature? Alrighty. Hey, 2-0ing Eldrazi Tron. Take that. Alrighty. I like getting back at Eldrazi Tron. Oh, it's been a while. Yes, finally, we take a game off of them. Sweet. Yeah. Alright, match 5. Let's see if we can finish strong with the 4-0 and the 4-1. And, hey, you know, hopefully they don't Thoughtseize us and take our Glasspool Mimic, but otherwise can't complain, right? You know what I mean? And you know what, like, I think definitely this experiment of not playing counterspells in the main has actually shown us that it can be done, you know? Like, Force Negation is great, and, you know, so is Counterspell, but, like, you know, we used to be able to, bring those in games 2 and 3, no problem, you know? You know, after we know what we have to counter and so forth. Please don't randomly have the Daredevil, like always. Yes, thank goodness. For a change, they don't just randomly have the Daredevil in hand. Oops! Too late. I mean, spoke too soon. Ooh, well, maybe I'll juke them with Spreading Seas. Maybe that's why I like red and blue, because red jukes with Blood Moon and blue jukes with Spreading Seas. Does that mean one day I'll combine them and play Blue Moon with Spreading Seas? To combine the moon and the seas? The tide. The moon has a profound effect on the seas, obviously. The gravitational pull, like, sucks up the water and causes tide. Come on, I want to take my turn. Okay, yes, alright. I'm gonna try to juke him. I don't feel bad about this. I also need to hit my land drop. I know this could backfire if they have Urza. But again, I need to hit my land drop. Yeah, there. I've got my Urza insurance. Alrighty. Should I call this Blue Black Asmofood? Yeah, so they already know we're playing Aether Vial, of course. Yeah. Don't have that yet, though, of course. Alright. Sveilun time. You know, Birdman, or the unexpected virtue of ignorance. Sveilun, or the card that keeps the gas flowing. Alrighty. Ooh, Thought Monitor. It monitors our thoughts. Maybe I play Lord of Atlantis, and... Yeah, let's play Lord of Atlantis. And let's rip the tides. Let's let her rip, as they say. Sounds like somebody farted. Let her rip. Alright. Alright, and maybe we're threatening for lethal next turn. Albeit with kind of a hamstrung hand, but hey, I'll take a hamstrung hand if it wins. No Aether Vial needed. Emery. Thought Monitor, jeez. Well, these things can't really block, so that's a plus. Alright, hopefully that doesn't trigger Fatal Push for our Svelan. Asmo! The lovable Asmo. Alright, well, we've got some solutions to this. We can dismember. Oh yeah, ward. Nice. Nice. Oh, good thing they use it on that first instead of the Svelan first. Yeah, hopefully they don't realize that they can kill my Svelan. Yep, oops is right. Now, also oops is letting me untap with Svelan, though. That's double oops. It doesn't have indestructible yet. Okay. Alrighty. Come on, land. So I can zap. They can only produce so much food. I mean, I'm going to try to take them down to 1. There's got to be a lot of advantages to doing that. And then next turn, maybe Lord of Atlantis as well. I mean, they do have another cookbook, I think, in their hand. So, like, they can shoot down one of my lords, but maybe I'm keeping them. Okay, so I'm not keeping them off of their lands, but still. I triple cookbook. Well, I've got one more lord where that came from. And the good news is they're dead on board, so unless they have another cookbook or Fatal Push or something, then I think I can push through for the victory. This is pretty good stuff for me. I do like it. I do like it. Nice. Alright. Okay, well, we'll take that. We will take that to the bank. We'll steal game 1 against Asmofood. Asmofood. Alright, Chalice on 0 seems excellent against Asmo. Relic seems great against Asmo. Okay, so here's the deal. I think, even though the Lords were great that game, I think the Lords are more of a finisher, like I've said before. Man, these effects are necessary against the Urza Sagas, though. Those things will go on a tear if you let them. Maybe I have to take out Trickster, because let's see, I'll have 5, so I'll have 8, 12, 17 Merfolk. I think that's enough. Maybe I don't need the Dismembers, but I gotta be able to kill Asmo. Asmo can, like... Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna put the Lords back. I mean, they hit like a truck. And sometimes that's the key thing. Trickster or Counterspell? I can play a 1-of Counterspell. A 1-of Force Negation, maybe. I'll play one of Counterspell. I mean, they're a blue-based deck, and I've got so many island effects. Well. Man, though, actually, I just realized Chalice plus Tide Shaper. But I think I want to put Chalice on 0. Stop Asmo. The cookbook. Yeah, let's just drop our Chalice on 0. We'll take the Asmo out of Asmofood. Yep. I like taking the Asmo out of Asmofood. Don't tell me this is going to be insta-scoop. Got like 3 Asmos in hand. Alrighty. Alright, Emery. This also shuts off the Mishra's Bobble Loop, which is pretty nice. Should I go for a 3rd land, or should I just shape that? I'll go for that. I really want to hit a 3rd land if possible. Plus, I can vial in the Tide Shaper. Although I'm not sure if I want to do that. Yes, I definitely want to hit that. Yeah, and the cool thing about Tide Shaper is it's going to stick around even after it lights that Urza Saga on fire, which is pretty nice. Unfortunately, my Lord of Atlantis is going to help Emery. Emery is a traitor merfolk. Like, why is it not cooperating with the tribe? It's just off doing its own thing, you know? How? I mean, some people are just like that, you know? Not team players, you know what I mean? Just not team players. Well, man, I like Svelan, but I have to try to deal with Urza Saga. Now, hopefully they don't, like, Metallic Rebuke me or something. Okay, great. I feel confident now. That's a confidence boost. My self-esteem is much higher now. I have a lot more body positivity now that Urza Saga is off the table. I mean, look at this. Like, this is just... How does this guy keep such a... You know, how does he keep his weight under control? You know what I mean? Like, this is just... You know, just have to suffer with body positivity issues with this Urza Saga thing laying around. Alrighty. Enough of that. Well, I mean, I'm going to buff Emery, but I think it's a price worth paying. And I'm definitely going to tick this up, especially with another Aether Vial ticking up as well. We're going to go no, yes. And we're going to go just yes. Aye. Right when we tick up. You know, I could attack, but I'm a little bit worried that they have some type of removal spell, so I'm going to do this. I'm just going to play this, and I'm just going to attack with the Tide Shaper. Just be a little conservative here. Yeah, alright, cool stuff. Love Chalice on 0 against Asmo. No Mistress Factories, no Mistress Baubles. No Mistress Baubles, no... This seems like, in theory, it might be a good matchup. I mean, their hand seems horrendous, but, I mean, we do have all the answers to, Urza Saga, and we do have Chalice on 0 for the Asmo and the and the Mistress Baubles. So they can't really loop this with Chalice sitting around, and I spent exactly 0 mana to do this, which is pretty nice. Alrighty. It's Svealing time. Okay. Okay. No, yes. Alright, let's see if we draw another Lord. Not quite, not quite. Yeah, I could attack with both Lords, but I really, really do not want to get blown out. Could play Chalice on 1 now. I mean, do they even play anything on 1 mana? I don't even know, to be honest. I mean, I'll play it because there's literally, like, nothing left for me to do on 1. Except for Tideshaper. Let's do it. Now, hopefully... Yeah. Alrighty, did we get him? Kind of looks like. Can't play Asmo with Chalice on 0, which is pretty nice. Yes, I mean, we'll take it against the... Ooh, Thought Monitor. That's a good one. Okay, so I have to spend 3. I mean, that bodes well for me. Alrighty, I think that's going to be GG. Alrighty, I guess that is GG. Alrighty, 4-1. Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. We will take it. Sweet stuff. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so post-league wrap-up. You know, I mean, we did lose that one game against Taxes, but you know, I think actually I really do like this deck. I mean, nothing is perfect, but hey, you know, if we can beat Asmofood, you know, the 8 Seas effects really show their worth against the Urza Saga decks, and yeah, and Repeal showed its worth. Like, you know, has we ever doubted it? Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I did try Brazen Borrower a little bit, and immediately regretted Repeal. So, you know, I mean, I kind of like the idea of Brazen Borrow justifying me even more to play 3 mana permanents, but at the end of the day, I just I can't resist the Swiss Army knife appeal of Repeal, the appeal of Repeal. Yeah, I say that, you know, 9 times fast. Anyway, yeah, Riptide Laboratory didn't come up that much, but you know, it was nice to have. It made me feel a little more confident if the game went long that I'd have the ability to grind. Sideboard, I mean, yeah, I mean, I thought sideboard's solid. I think we basically put all of these to use against like the yeah, against like the, what do you call it, against like the I guess just the Asmofood was useful for the, I mean, the relics were in theory useful, although mostly that was Chalice pulling weight. But yeah, I mean, you know, we've played against like red-black mid-range type decks before, and you know, Chalice, of course, just being such a house against that Asmofood deck, and against Prowess, and to some extent against Burn as well. Just, Yeah, I mean, and at the end of the day, I wasn't really missing the main deck counter spells, just like I suspected. Most of the time in game one, I just want to curve out. I just want to like present a bunch of unblockable Merfolk Lord type creatures. I want to turn their lands into islands, which also, I've never had a better ability to disrupt them. Main deck with the 8Cs effects. That's basically going to be my disruption game one. This is the 8Cs, and it actually kind of worked. I mean, it didn't necessarily always disrupt them, but it definitely gave me a lot to do. And it is worth noting that these Tide Shapers and Spreading Seas, when we got 8 of them, I think we have a little more freedom to possibly turn our Mutavault or even Riptide Laboratory into an island. And then the cool thing about Repeal is we could always return it to our hand later to actually turn their stuff into an island. So I feel like the deck really, really just works together well. I mean, sure, we don't have a ton of removal, so sometimes decks like Taxes, if they like overload us with Stoneforge Mystics, that can get us, but at the end of the day, I like it. So, I mean, I think this deck has all the tools that a Merfolk deck needs to succeed. And yeah, I mean, I think that's all it is to say for now. So if you like this content, like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for notifications, and we'll keep trying to make Merfolk great again. As Nikachu would say. All right, take care, everybody, and peace.